Um, Another question, Theodora, should schools use Wi-Fi, and what alternatives are there if they don't use Wi-Fi? And if we do ban 5G, won't we fall behind China? And then Ailey, if you could just, to make sure everyone goes home clear, if you could start one more time from the top of the head to our toes, from our hair dye, our shampoo, the hair straighteners, the cosmetics, Botox fillers, deodorants, dental fillings, just so we're all clear, organic undergarments, just so we're all clear and we didn't miss anything. From the top of our head to the toes, what is it that we're need to be concerned with? Starting with Theodora.
Okay, 7 minutes. So I think Wi-Fi in school is a very, very important issue because even now, like in our community, the kids are going back for a couple days a week and they're all on Chromebooks all the time doing their virtual learning there. Schools are a unique environment because there are industrial routers and equipment where they're moving, 35 kids in a room. That's 35 wireless laptops. That's often in middle schools or even elementary schools and certainly high schools. That's also 35 cell phones plus the teachers. And there might be a cell tower on the school, of which there are many cell towers on school. And all of that is a unique electromagnetic environment. And kids are in schools as the work on, environmentally sustainable schools has looked at this issue, but they're in schools for most of their daytime hours. And then they're home for a few hours in the morning, then they go to sleep. So this is an important exposure that needs to be addressed. I put a link in the chat at ehtrust.org. There's a section on Wi-Fi in schools where we have resources that you can access, letters, reports, how to advocate at your child's school. And we also have letters that have been sent to the at the federal level addressing this. So we are working on wired connections. In Cyprus, they're removing wireless from the hospitals in Archbishop Makarios. There are several countries like Israel, Cyprus, France, French Polynesia, and some areas of Belgium where Wi-Fi has been removed from the classrooms of young children. So you can go online to learn more about that. I want to what was the second question? Was
China?
China. Well, we believe that it is moving forward to be using wired connections and super fast fiber optic to the premise and through the premise, actually, because that is the future to have safe and sustainable technology. So I don't see it. I don't think that we're in a race. So that this race is being pitched by companies to have us have the next best thing and throw out our cell phone to get the new 6G, 5G, 6G, 7G, which is coming. So I think that safe fiber optics is super fast and we can have it through the premises, meaning up to your home and business, in the building, and in the building to have wired connections where you can get super fast connections.
Where is 5G right now? Do we have it in New York and Long Island? Where is it? Is it already here?
It's all over. Different, like T-Mobile has a certain kind of 5G that they're putting out. Some cities are more test cities, but they are trying to put it everywhere. I know the new Apple phone will be 5G enabled. So even if you don't have 5G in your area, it will have 5G antennas, which will be on it. You can find your local 5G group and find out more about that. Go to your community and find out what are the antennas that are near me. And, go to your elected representatives, like your city council, your town council, to find that out, do FOIAs or public information requests, and find out what kind of antennas are in use. But when we talk about 5G, I'm also talking about 4G densification. We believe that it will be all over, and companies are already working on 6G and 7G. If you just go online, you can read more about that. So there's a lot to be done to pull. It's not pulling back, but it's calling for safe, sustainable technology. That's what we're asking for.
Should we buy a phone that doesn't have 5G? Does that help us?
We do not recommend upgrading to the 5G phone. Absolutely not, because there are those antennas on it, which will have newer frequencies and the 5G modulation. So, you know, and it's unsustainable to keep trading out your phone as well, in terms of the manufacturer of the phone and all these other issues we haven't even talked about. But yes, so don't. In fact, you can go to We Are Not Sam. There's a boycott on 5G phones, and we're supporting that campaign as well. We don't recommend 5G products.
Head to toe, 3 minutes. I wouldn't go by hair coloring because, of course, I color my hair. So that's, you know, I would say darkening hair has actually, we talk about it in the book, all the science in regards to darkening hair coloring, particularly in African-American women in terms of hair, relaxers and dyes, some very recent but interesting studies in terms of endocrine disruption exposure and risk for cancers. I would say all personal care products, look through and vet out, have you and your teenagers sit down and look through all the products they're using, do a body survey, and figure out what you put in, on, and around your body, including feminine care products, which are unregulated. And if you're going to use tampons and feminine care products for an entire lifespan of a female's menstruation, you really want to make sure those products are safe and clean and least toxic, least chemicals as possible. And then moving down, I always say take a habit of yours, like having hot tea or hot coffee in the morning, and just clean up a habit. One habit that you do every day that you clean and make less toxic is really enormous. So don't try to do too much too soon. Do things that work and stick, and start with the easy stuff in and around your home and your body.
Okay, you each want to take 30 seconds to make a closing comment.
I am super tired and I have 2 kids and I'm exhausted and I cannot wait to go to sleep, but I have to walk the dog. I'm very happy to be here. I'm so thrilled that so many people came on board to watch this. I know you get a huge following, but it is just heartwarming to me because I don't always even see that in the audience. And every person who learns from these experiences, these lectures, will be able to educate others around them at any event, at a hair salon, at a dinner party, at a school event. And it is all about passing on good information to others. And I believe it works, and I'm seeing it work on social media with something that, this exploding, platform, but I see it in other people's work. And I just encourage people to not be afraid, not to be worried about looking strange or weird or not finding your people. You have people, and people understand that this is an issue, and you should be doing whatever you can within reason to really just make changes over time that make sense.
Great, and thank you so much. And I'm just inspired. I think that so much is happening, and thankful again for everyone who's on the call. There is a lot that can be done. This is not a hopeless case. There is just action happening in the United States and around the world. And our elected officials need to be made aware of that. So take actions in your home and go out there and start talking to the people who are there to be accountable to you and to protect the public and protect the environment. Thank you so much.